Morning light spread across the Amboseli savanna, turning the dry grass and acacia trees gold. Henry Mitchell tracked an elephant herd through his lens, marking his third day following the same group as they moved across the reserve. He had photographed elephants for decades, yet something about this morning felt different, uneasy. The matriarch led with calm authority, the herd moving in a loose formation with calves protected inside. Then Henry noticed a small figure falling behind. At first, it seemed like simple fatigue, but when he focused his lens, his breath caught. The calf's skin was pale, almost white, and its eyes an unnatural blue. An albino elephant. Rare. Vulnerable. The calf struggled to keep up, stopping often, its breathing labored, and its skin already inflamed by the sun. Henry felt the familiar conflict rise within him. His lifelong rule had always been clear: observe, never interfere. Yet watching the calf falter made that certainty waver. Should he call for help, knowing intervention could save a life, or disrupt the entire herd? Before he could decide, the matriarch stopped. The herd turned back as one. The matriarch approached the calf and gently touched it with her trunk. Another female, likely the mother, moved in close. Together, they surrounded the calf. What followed challenged everything Henry believed about survival. The herd slowed its pace and shifted formation, placing the albino calf at the center, shielded by their bodies. The mother stayed close, creating shade whenever the calf rested. The matriarch checked on it repeatedly. Even younger elephants formed protective circles during breaks. By midday, the herd settled beneath acacia trees near water. The calf collapsed into the shade, clearly exhausted but safe within the group. Watching them, Henry made his choice. For now, he would not intervene. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching. This was not abandonment, it was adaptation. The elephants were solving the problem in their own ancient way, and Henry chose to trust that wisdom, even as doubt lingered. That night, alone in his tent, Henry reviewed the images from the day. They revealed more than a rare albino calf. They showed empathy, cooperation, and resilience. The photographs raised difficult questions about when humans should step in and when restraint mattered more. Sleep came slowly, weighed down by uncertainty. At dawn, Henry returned to the savannah with his guide, following the herd's tracks across the plain. When they finally spotted the elephants near a distant water hole, Henry counted quickly. All 12 were there. Relief washed over him as he found the pale calf resting beside its mother. It was alive, clearly weaker, its skin more damaged, but still protected, still part of the family. The story, Henry realized, was far from over. Over the following days, Henry witnessed a transformation that left him in awe. The herd tightened its formation, keeping the albino calf and its mother safely at the center. Adult females stood guard, fanning their ears to cool the calf and maintaining constant proximity to water. The matriarch appeared to share caregiving duties, regularly checking the calf with calm, deliberate attention. As the sun intensified, the elephants adapted further. One by one, they coated the calf's skin with mineral-rich mud, forming a natural shield against the heat. Henry had seen mud bathing many times, but never with such focus or intent. The herd seemed to understand the calf's vulnerability and responded with collective precision. Gradually, signs of improvement appeared. The calf drank more often, rested less, and showed growing curiosity. The mud treatment reduced skin damage, and the family's care proved remarkably effective. By the third day, the calf stood longer and even began gentle play. A young female, likely an older sibling, took on a constant protective role, guiding and teaching the calf how to protect itself. When the herd's water source began to dry up, a greater test emerged. The matriarch led the group toward a distant, permanent water supply, reorganizing them into a protective formation with the calf at the center. The journey was slow and deliberate, filled with frequent pauses for rest, shade, and renewed mud protection. There was no urgency or frustration, only patience. After hours of travel, the herd reached safety. The calf endured the journey and emerged stronger, no longer an exception, but a fully integrated member of the group. In the days that followed, the calf settled into everyday herd life. It learned to coat itself with soil, developed feeding preferences, and joined other calves at play. The herd had not merely protected the albino calf, it had redefined normal to include it. Henry felt his own perspective shift. His instinct to intervene gave way to deep respect for the elephant's intelligence and adaptability. When lions later entered the area, the herd closed ranks instantly, shielding the calf until the threat passed without conflict. The message was clear: the calf was thriving under its family's protection. As Henry prepared to leave Amboseli for his next assignment, the departure weighed heavily on him. The calf he had first seen struggling now moved with confidence, its pale skin no longer a weakness but a mark of individuality. The herd's movements had become so naturally adapted to its needs that care required no effort. Watching one final morning unfold, Henry understood what he had truly witnessed: not just survival, but belonging. The bond between the calf and its protective sister stood as a quiet symbol of connection, resilience, and unconditional care. This was not a story of intervention. It was a story of trust, and it was far from over. The two young elephants played and explored together, communicating with a speed and understanding that felt almost instinctive. As the morning unfolded, Henry realized he was witnessing more than adaptation. He was observing evolution in real time. The presence of the albino calf had prompted the herd to develop new social behaviors and protective strategies, changes that could shape how future generations cared for vulnerable members. At the center of this transformation stood the matriarch, Timber. Her steady leadership had guided the herd through countless small decisions, each balancing individual needs against collective survival. Through experience and patience, she had established new social norms that protected the albino calf without weakening the herd. Her wisdom formed the foundation of their success. By midday, Henry prepared for his final photographs. Wanting one image to represent the entire journey, he switched to a wide-angle lens and framed the herd against the distant outline of Mount Kilimanjaro. The result was striking: 12 elephants moving together across the savanna, the albino calf walking confidently at the center. No longer fragile or isolated, it stood as a valued member of the family. The contrast between its pale form and the surrounding gray bodies became a powerful symbol of acceptance and unity. Lowering his camera for the last time, Henry felt both fulfillment and sadness. What began as a routine assignment had revealed a deeper story of resilience, cooperation, and family bonds. His photographs captured the evidence, but not the full emotional weight of what he had witnessed. Not every story required human intervention. Sometimes the most meaningful role was to observe, to trust ancient processes shaped by time, and to bear witness without interference. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching.